Welcome to the Go Grava channel. Now, if you haven't ever watched my channel before, I did something super crazy. I opened a bike shop probably in the worst time in the history of bike shops, maybe since Ford invented the car and the first motorists started honking the horn at bicycles. I opened a bike shop March of 2024 and just dove in head first. As a person who cycled my whole life and worked on bikes, and now we've gotten through summer of 25, and there are things I want to talk about in this video specifically around like how was our summer, how did it go, give an update on cycling news, at least my impressions on cycling news, where do we think we're going, how is Go Grava going to change in 2026. What kind of videos am I going to be making? Because I realized that I had a very difficult time making videos while we're doing so much repair work. I mean, the amount of repairs we did from March 1st, 2025 to now was just unrelenting, completely unrelenting. I think we recorded somewhere around, we're over 1,000 repairs from March 1st to it was the end of August. Now things have started slowing down in September, but they were still really busy. We're doing events and things like that. And now in October, I can start to feel like it's slowing down a little bit, but we're still repairs are still coming in. And that's kind of been the theme of 2025 for me as a bike shop, is just doing repairs. Now, I run a shop of 2 people. We were running 7 days a week. We did over 1,000 repairs. If you work in a bike shop, just imagine how many hours you had to work to fix all those bikes. And not only that, we do e-bike repair, e-scooter repair in the shop. And I have some things to talk about with that also, because we're still getting in these e-scooters. Like I got a Go Tracks there. Where's it at? Right there. I got another one over here. I mean, scooters are generating revenue in the bikes. Another weird scooter right here. We have another kind of crazy scooter moped thing right here. Another scooter thing down there. And the e-bike repairs too were crazy, like really crazy. Like I had to turn people away starting in May and June and through July and August. Like the repairs coming in, like we couldn't even stack everything that we had back there. We had so many e-bikes and bicycles in the shop, I was running out of room, and we're flipping stuff as quickly as possible. And that's how my 2025 was. Now, it doesn't mean that I didn't move inventory off the floor either. Like I did almost two turns by now, bike inventory. Now, not everything moved. Like we're gonna do some fall sales here, and the stuff that's about to have birthdays, like these Merino Chaskies right here with the helm, Cane Creek helm forks, are gonna go for like $17.99. I have some full suspension Fujis we're gonna move for like $1,000 off that are on the floor. And then I even have some momentum in the older style giant bikes that I'm gonna move like 50% off on the floor. But that's it. Everything else is kind of moved through the store multiple times. So that was fantastic, doing all that stuff. But you know, I want to kind of finish this video while I'm riding. Let me show you. While I'm riding this Tern HSD S00. So I'm commuting with this Tern cargo bike. Love this HSD. I want to get the battery extender though, because I only want to recharge it every 3 days, and I need the Powermore 250 on there. But let's finish this video on my commute home, because I can clear my mind while we're out riding our bikes, and I can tell you about what I think about the industry, where we're going in 26, and yeah, other things. So yeah, let's do it. Cut. All right, we're gonna get ready to go. Beep, beep. Man, these Tern bikes, Bosch systems, just perfect combination here. Let's go auto mode. All right, let's roll home. Is there something rubbing here? I'm going back. I need my sunglasses. All right, got my sunglasses. Got the camera rolling. I'm just gonna film this whole ride. So on my ride home, let's talk about the experiences of 2025 for the bike shop and the industry in particular. And so let's just start with the industry, it is still just complete chaos out there. You know, Specialized having issues closing stores, finding out retail is much harder than they probably thought. And with that, you know, it's not like they've announced losses or anything like that, but, you know, a lot of downgrades in good faith and reconciliation and things like that. And then same thing with Trek. Trek's closed stores and they're reducing like 40% of their SKUs. And when you do a massive SKU reduction, you know things are just not as good as they were. And now some people said they needed to reduce SKUs anyways because there's just way too many products. I think I know a guy, Bicycles, talking about that specifically. I think he worked at a Trek store for a while. But, you know, Trek's not doing doing well either. And so with that said, you know, there's still Canyon. Canyon took a pretty much 40% valuation cut from one of their investors. I mean, it's a really big cut. They've had some issues with e-bike batteries and recalls in 2024 through 25. Oop, gonna get up over this hill. I hate this bridge. Let's go turbo mode here. Max power. Max power. Yeah, this turn HSD is amazing, but back to Canyon here. You know, 40% reduction in stock price value through their primary investor is a pretty big hit. I mean, that's like saying your $400,000 house is now worth, you know, $225,000. I mean, that's how big of a hit that is. So they've been fire selling everything just to try to clear that over inventory, and it's really put them in a pinch. And I know I'm a Giant dealer, and I'm going to talk about Giant here real quick. An article a Dutch journalist put together. When they went and investigated the conditions, wrote the article, sent it to somebody in the United States about the working conditions and stuff. Well, I just am a bit skeptical about the whole Giant thing and how that went down. And yeah, could have been, sure. Could there have been problems? Sure, there probably were. Giant's probably resolved it, but you know, next let's do Merida. Next let's do all these other factories that are making bicycles. I think somebody just went after the biggest target to get the most amount of clicks and engagements and views from their article. That's my thought. But the rest of 2025 has just been chaos in cycling. The next up is Jensen USA, which, wow. This is crazy what's been going on with online sales, and especially Jensen. I mean, I don't know how they do it. I have a lot of questions on their pricing. But put it this way, the pricing that in 2025 that you've seen on Jensen USA was lower than what I could have bought things for wholesale. The amount of times I had people coming into my shop saying, hey, can you match this? I can't even buy it for that, man. Like, I don't know how they got these deals. A ton of the bike shops that went out of business, guaranteed Jensen had a role or played a part in those bike shops going out of business, because when you can get things for less than wholesale, then I can actually get myself as a business owner, like Fox shocks, cheaper than I can buy them from QBP. Like Shimano stuff, cheaper. SRAM stuff. I mean, just unlimited amounts of things that the consumer can purchase below my cost. Below my cost. Like, it's been going on all year. And no wonder bike shops are struggling when you're competing with this entity, these online entities that are somehow getting prices better than your local bike shop can. Like, that's just not a survivable situation for most businesses. So what does this all mean for me in 2025? Basically, what's been driving me is maintenance, fixing bikes and things like that. Like, that's a big part of it. Over 1,000 repairs over that 6-month, you know, in-season period for 2 people in a 1,500 square foot shop. That was madness. I mean, I can't do that again. Like, I may crack. Like, I'm gonna have to get help. And not only that, I'm gonna have to raise my prices. The only way to solve being overwhelmed with that level of work is increasing prices until it slows down. Like, and it's because of the quality of work we've been doing, how we treat our customers. I mean, we go above and beyond in every circumstance. 165 Google reviews in 18 months, 5-star reviews. It's not by accident we have this many customers coming in. And we're taking in everybody because we're doing a lot of marketing. A lot of marketing. And I think the average bike shop doesn't understand marketing and how to leverage social for those eyeballs and that attention to drive that sort of interest and traffic. Because I literally 3 times over that 6-month period this summer, I had to turn my marketing completely off because I could not keep up with the amount of business coming through my door. And yeah, I mean, there's some things that sucked. I still paid myself a low salary, like minimum wage. I made minimum wage this last summer, but I needed to pay off $130,000 of loans. And I did, no problem. And I was super happy about that we hit those numbers and that the marketing worked, and all avenues of marketing and the marketing tactics that I've seen used before. But I will say this, corporate marketing is a bit different than local marketing. I did have to tweak some things here and there, just because if you try to advertise like your corporate, Google will smash your budget, eat your budget, eat your next month's budget, and eat your 3rd month's budget if you let it. So there's certain things you have to do just to keep your budget in check. Now, that's all fine and dandy, like things are slowing down. I'm feeling really proud of the work we've done with Go Grava. And so what does that leave us in 2026 is we got tons of work to do this winter. I want to make more videos. I want to make more videos about how to fix e-bikes, because that seems to be what's hitting. 56% of my business is something. I would not be doing this well if I didn't fix all those crappy, cheap e-bikes online that people buy for $600, $700, $800. You know, whatever. Bring it in, change the flat, bleed the brakes, fix throttles. But my experiment in doing controllers and stuff, I mean, it's over. The controller experiments are over. It's just not going to work. So we have methods of seeing if the controller's dead or not, or functioning, and we just can't. If we can't fix them, we can't fix them. We can offer them a new e-bike while they're in the shop, which is what a lot of people miss out on, I think. Is if you can't fix their stuff, well, offer them a replacement. Show them what you got. But yeah, we can still do motor rebuilds, all the accessories with the e-bikes, but controllers, yes, we've done controllers. We can fix anything. We absolutely can. The issue is the amount of time. So far, dual motors, single motors, we've got it to work, but it's been a money loser for us, just because the amount of time and configuration needed to get it all to work is beyond what I would pay somebody a reasonable hourly salary to complete. So I have expectations on certain things being done or completed within, a certain amount of time. And if you can't do it, like if it took you, 6 to 8 hours to change out a transmission in a car, but but it's taking you 50 to 60 hours, you're probably going to stop wanting to do transmission changes. Content's next. So content strategy, like I said, is going to be about, e-bike repairs, product reviews like this Turn S00 with the Enviolo hub. I absolutely love this thing. I love these Turn bikes. I'm going to put a ton of miles on this demo. Somebody's going to get it for super cheap next year. But yeah, I love riding these Turn cargo bikes because it is literally a car replacement. Other things I may do with YouTube is just, I don't know, any subject really. I had so many things to do videos on this summer. I just literally had no time to do anything besides flip and turn over bikes. So what are we going in 2026? I'm really going to be focusing on online. A new company just created an app in Shopify. I use Shopify. I think it's far superior to everything else. Just everything, all the payment processes. You can pull your POS out of the system, run it up to an event, take payments. You can use your phone as a POS, take payments. It's just a very superior platform. Expensive, yes, but it integrates all your like Google Ads integrated. I could pick one product through Shopify, run it on Google in a specific area. I mean, it's just TikTok, Meta, I can do it all. And a company has created an app where now I can check in bikes, create work orders, run SMS text to customers. Like, would you like to add this derailleur? Yes or no? Your bike's ready for pickup. Yes or no, there's a problem with your bike. Would you like us to proceed? There's a lot of things I wanted to do with SMS, with texting to our customers, kind of what you see advanced level auto repair shops do, that this app's going to do. And this app's going to tie in with the other platforms like JBI and QBP and stuff, and really allow me to sync my online, or at least what I have access to my online store. And then with the marketing integrations it has, I could literally over this winter target Miami for 26x4 fat tires and just do one product targeting for Atlanta or Miami or wherever on Google or even Meta, and see how it goes with sales. So instead of like twiddling my thumbs and only focusing on social, only focusing on media and eyeballs, I can start planning and practicing advertising in other regions and see where demand is through Google searches or Google data, and you can see what people are searching for, and then target that and see how that works, and then try to do it in a way where you're not losing money from your ad spend, is not eating up all of your gross margin. But to do that effectively, you have to have access to a very wide array of products, which is why you need some sort of product sync through your website with the suppliers, so you can either drop ship from your suppliers or get those items purchased and into your store and shipped out. And as a new business, I would rather like represent $100 million of products, because I don't have the ability to even warehouse 100,000 at this moment. So seeing where we can go with that over the winter. I do one online sale every week to 2 weeks. It's not a big revenue driver. It's probably 2% of total revenue. But I know with the right time, tactics and patience and strategy and plan, I can easily boost that pretty quickly. So almost home. That's it, folks. That's where we're going. I'm going to do more videos now that it's slowing down. I have so many topics to talk about. For me, the difficult part is going to be deciding on what is worth talking about, what's worth your time. I guess my next video may be how I see everything going for 2026. I think that's going to be important to understand as a bike shop and as a business, because we're in very unique times. But until we talk again, I am home. It's Sunday and I'm starving. And wife's car is not here, so we'll see. All right, bye.